Okay, so before I really get into this indie game dev vlog, I wanted to mention just a couple of things. It was brought to my attention in a comment on one of my videos that I should make alternate accounts for for just the indie game dev stuff. And by alternate accounts, I say that because I post on more than one video platform and to various alt tech social medias. And well, the person who made that comment, I think they kind of have a point, because I think it's quite possible that somebody would want to follow along with my indie game dev work, but not necessarily follow along with my gaming videos, my let's plays. So at some point, I'm not sure when. I'm not sure if I'll do that really, really soon, or if I'll do that when I'm a little bit further along in my development. I will make alternate accounts so that if people just want to follow the indie game dev stuff, that's completely within their means. Any indie game dev stuff will also be mirrored on my main channels, on my main video posting channels, so that for anybody who does want to follow both my gaming stuff, my let's plays, and my indie game dev stuff, they don't have to subscribe to two different locations. But I'd welcome you to, because the more people that subscribe to those accounts, that potentially brings more attention to the game as it approaches release date. So now on to the meat of the video. So in the last indie game dev vlog, I mentioned a pretty cool thing regarding the music in the Terminator 2 soundtrack. There was a sound sample called Brass Fall 12, and I actually reached out to the composer of Terminator 2 and Terminator 1 by extension. His name is Brad Fidel, and to my shock and amazement, he actually responded to me. So in Brad Fidel's email, he says, "Hi Nathan, I think if you use it in a low octave in a looped way that sounds like the T-1000 motif I created and is used in any context that suggests the Terminator 2 connection, it might be a copyright issue. Otherwise, it's just an old Fairlight sample, and I believe it is open for use. Cheers, Brad." So, I don't know. Maybe I will use it like, maybe there'll be a monster in the game or something, and that sound will be the roar of the monster or something. That'd be pretty cool. So before I get into any of the things that I can actually show you, one of the cool things that I did, I guess you could say off camera, so to speak, was on the sort of back end of things, the programming side of things. I learned how to make save data and to be able to load data. And it's pretty great, because it will apparently work across version updates or anything like that. And it's also encrypted information, so it's not something that any player can just, if they download it off Steam, they can't just go into the save files and start mucking around with numbers and things and be able to change their save file. It's all encrypted, so that's pretty cool. There's not really any spectacular visual appeal to that at the moment, but it's cool that I have that under my belt now. I mean, I'd have to study each line of code to fully understand what's happening, but it seems like being able to attach certain parameters as things that are savable data is perfectly reasonable for me to do now, which is fantastic. So now let me move on to some things that I can actually show you. So what we got going on now is a bit of an extension from last time. We've got we've got coin collection, which is we were able to do the last time that we did anything major in Unity, but now this enemy will actually die when you jump off and when you hit him on the top there, he will die. And the way it works in the technical sense is that when he falls down past a certain point, it will just self-delete. So we can see that with this demonstration. Whoops. Here he comes, and then we go, and just like that, he's gone. And it's a pretty great animation. I mean, that's not all we're gonna do with it, but it's just kind of a simple. Wait, did he just come back? What happened? Oh, he deleted me. That shit. I didn't see what happened there. I didn't see why he came back, but so come on now. Come on, test, do your thing. I must have accidentally restarted everything, so boop, away he goes. That's pretty awesome. So, what was I going to say? So yeah, now that he's gone, what we do next is we've got this question mark block, and very simple. When you hit it from underneath, it just deletes itself for now, and eventually, you know, it'll do something. But I mean, like, yeah, like the animation of the enemy falling when you hit it is pretty cool. But I'm probably going to eventually do a different approach, like when I learn how the proper approach will be to set up like a timer. So when you jump on them, there's a death animation, and upon the completion of the animation, then it deletes. It gets Thanos snapped out of existence. We've got some animations going, like we got an idle animation going. We've got a walking animation going, which is great, and we've got some. We've got some parallax scrolling going on, like foreground objects and background objects that, you know, that move slower than the rest. And there's a number of ways to do this, and the way that I've learned how to do it so far is well, it'd probably be easier to show you in the developer window. Unity is a 3D gaming engine, so when we press the 3D button, you can actually see what everything is like in action. So these so things like these clouds and the trees, they're actually, you know, objects that have been inflated, you know, and sent way off into the background. So, you know, these clouds are actually objects that are extremely far away, which is really neat. And I can actually view the arena from the other side. Look, here he is. Whoops. That's really actually very cool, and I'm going to, you know, when my game is starting to look a bit more, you know, like my game and not just, you know, tutorial assets, I'm gonna really enjoy just kind of going through the game in quote-unquote 3D to see what certain parts of it look like. So yeah, that is it for today's indie game dev vlog. I'm really hoping to do more of these because I know they've been lacking lately. It's been a long time since my last one, but yeah, I'm really hoping that I'll be able to do it more often and get to a bit more of a stricter schedule where I'm making more progress on this game, because I don't want this game to just be a collection of ideas that I have in my head. I want it to be something that becomes real, that you guys can all play and love. You know, that's something I'm really looking forward to. So until then, I will see you in the next indie game dev vlog.